Have you ever had a day when you wake up and you feel so? You feel like the energy is not there yet, and there is a chance that this day could go into a completely wrong direction. Well, if this has happened to you as well, I'm having such a day today, and I thought, why not jump on a podcast and share what's going on? So stay tuned and join me in this reflection.
Hello, and a warm welcome to my podcast show, Your Fertility Counselor. I'm your host, Tanya Fessler, and together we will dive into all things fertility, offering support, expert insights, and practical evidence-based advice for anyone navigating their fertility journey. So grab a cup of tea and make yourself comfortable. Let's get started.
So I'm sitting here while all my colleagues are attending the biggest conference in the reproductive medical space that happens right now in Singapore, the Aspire conference. It's the place you want to be, especially when you work as a fertility counselor, because you get to meet all the doctors, the most important people, embryologists, nurses, anyone that is related to the fertility space is actually in Singapore. And the speeches, the sharings, their research findings that they worked on so hard for the past 12 months or even longer are being shared at this amazing conference. And I remember always being really mind blown and walking away from all these incredible presentations, feeling so inspired and feeling so energized because of simply being in awe of all these people that are incredible experts in their field, and then you get to see them live. And sometimes I feel like fainting, because I have so much respect for what they do and their work. So I'm sitting here at home and I'm having a cast on my left arm. And I'm also not really sitting because I injured my tailbone and my lower back in such a bad way that I can't even sit. So I'm basically lying. I'm lying here in bed and I'm trying to find a silver line here because I feel really deeply sad about not being where I should be and where I was booked in and where my name tag was ready to being picked up and where I should have met with my team and with so many dear colleagues. And I'm being here. And so I'm having a so day, when you wake up in the morning and you kind of feel like, this day can take me into either left or right, or even worse, it can take me down, deeply down, or I can find a way out and up. So let me share some reflections I've been doing. I've been writing like crazy this morning because I just felt like I need to do some reflections here because the emotions are just really a little bit overwhelming, and I'm feeling vulnerable and I'm feeling deeply sad. I feel also a sort of anger. And right now, I'm also in a state where I wouldn't be able to really feel grateful, which is, I know, very ungrateful because in the perspective and in the context of everything else, I have a bed I can lie down, of course, and I do have a roof over my head. And in the context of, what's happening around the world and what's happening to so many other people, I'm in a very, very good place. So, and it's just a cast, and I just broke my wrist, and it's just my tailbone, nothing else. There are so many people that could just say so many other things and share so many other deep things that happen to them. So I am lucky. I can see that, and I truly feel lucky me. Lucky me who has a place, who has a job, and who can opt to stay at home and work from home. So, yes, that's what I found out in my journal this morning. So, I twisted it in a way that I started to write down all the things that I felt. Why am I so lucky? Even though I'm deeply grieving that I can't go to something or to a place or to see people that I so much wanted, but I feel that I am really, really lucky. And I wanted to share that because I know that when we are on a fertility journey, sometimes we reach a point where we don't feel lucky. We don't feel lucky at all because there are so many challenges being thrown at you and at us. Actually, I was on this fertility journey myself, so I know how it feels when one challenge after the next is given to you and thrown into your way, and you feel like, come on, not really, right? No, not this one as well. And things that you haven't even thought about. So you plan everything out and everything is ready, and then things are being thrown at you that you haven't considered. And it can really shake you up. And that was exactly what happened to me when I fell. In that moment, I knew that this was really, really going to be bad. I didn't know how bad it was going to be, but I knew it will actually put a stop to many, many things. And it happened in a moment where I was actually really thriving and flying. And then you ask yourself, why has the universe decided to put that stop into your flow and is forcing you to reflect? And I was actually reflecting on that too this morning in my journal. And I think I'm not there yet. I haven't finished all of my reflection yet. But I think for me personally, this stop is also in a way a bliss, because the way I was working was not very healthy. And the way how I was thriving started to skew into a negative side as well, which I could see in the relationship with myself, but especially with others. And one of the signs that I picked up was my huge impatience that started to increase with every single day. Because when you are thriving or when you are in this flow, what can happen is that you get so focused that there is no left or right anymore. And that can actually put people off. And these people are usually the ones that are closest to you. So I see that there was a lot of behavior that I applied into my daily life that was unpleasant, that didn't bring really the joy or the happiness I wanted to bring into others' life. And so it was a wake-up call. And I'm looking at a true bliss to have this wake-up call, because it helps me now to redirect things, to slow things down, and to reflect. And that's the true silver lining I'm seeing in such situations when you feel like, oh, come on, not another challenge. Why? Why do I have all these challenges? Why do I have them, right? And so it helps me to stop for a moment, to pause, not putting a complete stop, but to pause, to slow down, and to rebalance things that are truly important in my life. And that could be applied on a fertility journey as well, of course, because a lot of emphasis and a lot of focus goes into the conception, the baby making phase, where you wake up in the morning and all what you're thinking about is what else can I do to work towards that successful pregnancy and that healthy baby. And so it becomes sometimes almost like a quest. It can also become a competition because maybe you have friends that have fallen pregnant lately and that you feel like, oh, I need to get pregnant too. So having such a pause, even if it's not your first choice and it's out of your control, can help us to reflect and maybe to reprioritize things in our life. Or maybe it also gives us a chance to revisit our priorities and see like, what's bringing me more happiness right now? What is the thing that I need to do or let go of that brings me one step closer to my true self, to who I am, really? Not the one that pretends or the one that is projecting to the world, to others, but the one who I really am. So look at it also as an opportunity, which I am doing right now. I am really looking at it as a real opportunity to think about like, what can I do more of and what are the things that I need to let go? Everyone is telling me it's a sign or it's maybe something that had to happen, and others feel sorry for me. And I felt sorry for myself, believe me, I really did. And it's okay to do that because if you need it, you need it. But I think in the bigger picture, doing a reflection and thinking about like what needs to be calibrated back again and how do you want to play out these relationships with yourself, with the loved ones around you, and the rest of the world. And it can really help. It can help to bring a different perspective into your day, to make a so-so day into the day that you feel it's doing you good, it's bringing you love or peace, healing, whatever it is. And it helps you to transform all these great energies you're getting into this deep gratitude. The deep gratitude that there is so much here right now in my life that I actually indeed feel grateful for. So I hope that there was something that resonated with you, even though I didn't have the pitch, I didn't have that higher energy today, but I felt I really wanted to share this because it's coming from a true place, it's coming from my heart, and it's coming from a very, very deep gratitude. I hope there was something that resonated with you. And there was something that maybe we all can take away and make a so-so day in a wonderful and somehow magical day. At least that's what I wish you. Have a wonderful day ahead. See you next week.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Fertility Counselor podcast. remember, you are not alone on this journey. If you need support or have any questions, reach out to us via email at inquiries@counselingconnects.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Fertility Connects. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to learn more about us and the services we offer, head to www.fertilityconnects.com. And if you're looking for support beyond fertility, visit www.counselingconnects.com. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.